application is Shanti Boston LLC, doing business as Shanti Solomon Chowdhury Manager, for a new wine and malt beverages restaurant license at 250 Kendall Street, with proposed hours of 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days per week, and a seating capacity of 50 inside and 24 seasonal patio seats on a private patio.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Madam Chair, members of the Commission. For the record, Attorney Sean Hope, Legal Law Offices in Cambridge. I'm here tonight with Solomon Chowdhury, Chowdhury. He is the manager of Shanti Boston LLC, one of the managers, and the DBA is Shanti. This is an application requesting a common victular license as well as a beer and wine license to operate a 50-seat restaurant located in Kendall Square at 250 Kendall Street. That's the address of the building. There's actually a cluster of restaurants that are located on the Broad Canal at the intersection of the New Kendall and Broad Canal. This is an area that's going to be ground floor retail space. Currently it's vacant space with no utilities, no venting, so it's really raw space. Part of the agreement with the landlord is that the landlord is going to contribute substantial funds to be able to build this restaurant out. Just to remind the Commission, this is an area that was built out under a PUD. This was lots of vacant parking lots before the rezoning 3 or 4 years ago, and it turned a lot of this empty area into office and lab. And part of the focus for the community was to have ground floor retail, and so they changed the zoning to allow for this ground floor retail. The License Commission has seen restaurants such as Tate, and some, I think Iru is also in that same cluster that have come before the Commission.
Now, is this, I'm sorry, Council, I didn't mean to cut you off. Is this going to be located in that same area, in that same space where those are at, or?
Adjacent to that, so if you...
So it's space 2,100 square foot right next to Ibu.
Okay.
So there's that cluster and that little plaza.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
And this council has been space that hasn't been used yet. It's been vacant since construction.
Yeah, it's been exactly since 2013. I know that it's been vacant. We may have used it as some staging or something like this, but it hasn't been a restaurant or any other retail use. So the thing is, it's a PUD created and allowed for this use.
Sean, let me just so I can look at you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Instead of being behind you. Thank you.
And so they said the restaurant's going to be called Shanti. We brought out some of the flyers. This is also in the folder, but it talks a little bit about the restaurant concepts. It's North Indian cuisine, but there is a range of different Indian cuisines. Although this is Chowdhury's first restaurant only in Cambridge, Shanti has been around for over a decade, going back to 1999. There was a location in Dorchester, which was the original location, and they opened one up recently in Rosendale. And so this would be the third location, owned and operated by the same limited liability company in Cambridge. They have a following for the food. I hear the goat is what Solomon told me is something that one of their specialty dishes. But they've had a lot of awards for the food. All the same restaurants are the same, where it's food first and there's not entertainment. These are local neighborhood restaurants, and they've done well, and so this would be the first one in Cambridge, and Kendall Square would be the location that we're proposing. The management, and Mr. Chowdhury can tell you more about it, they have a corporate executive chef, and I believe this information is in the packet. They call him Andy, Anand Pokrel. So he's a corporate executive chef. He's going to be doing the initial training of the staff, getting the restaurant up and running, and then until they can hire a GM or someone to take over. But Solomon's going to be the manager under the beer and wine license, but the corporate chef is going to come to potentially train the cooking staff and to open it. In addition to the 50 seats, there are 25 patio seats on a private patio. Many of those streets are owned by the different real estate investment trusts in terms of the fee, and they're managed separate ways. But this will be on private property, and the patio will be seasonal and a requirement to the License Commission. And then in terms of outreach, most of the neighbors and abutters are different office lab users, but we actually went into East Cambridge over Binney Street, and we met with members of the East Cambridge planning team. We didn't meet with their organization, but we met with 2 of their members, had coffee at Tate, and walked through the plan proposal. We actually have a letter, I'm not sure that made it tell us about, from Barbara Broussard. She's one of the members. We also met with Charlie Marquardt. He's the proprietor for Cambridge Spirits. and he's going to be a direct neighbor. We had some questions about the restaurant, and he also brought up the idea of wanting to know what entertainment was going to be there or not. And so he was satisfied that with the build out, he actually was very helpful in dealing with the landlord and some of the build out issues. So, but we have neighborhood support. We also have a letter from the Kendall Square Business Association, and they wrote a letter as well supporting the active retail uses. So we're excited to get started if we're approved, and we do have a potential build out to complete, but I think that we hope we approve the applications.
So this location has never been built out before, as we said earlier.
That's right.
So this build out, are you going to do fire layers and tandoori, or a combination of each, or?
We'll have a fire later, but we'll have a tandoor, but we use gas tandoor, so we don't use the charcoal.
Okay.
We do have we use some specialty rock that we put it inside the tandoor that gives it the same
Speak up
flavor.
just a little bit, sorry,
So
it's just
the
hard
rock
to hear.
gives them the same flavor.
Sorry, you have to come over here, I can't hear my ears
Okay.
clogged tonight, speak up loud.
So we use some specialty rock that goes into the tandoor, so there is no smoke or any of that. But I know that there's issue previously with charcoal tandoors, so we don't
Well,
use any
there's
of
actually legal issues with mixing fuels, so
that. Exactly.
gas and so.
Yeah, so we're using gas tandoors.
So when they-
two of them.
When they built the building out, they obviously allowed for vent space and so forth for this, or this going to have to be all designed in terms of the hood getting vented and all, or?
Yeah,
You
we're
know.
still having the contact to look at this, but I believe some of the first floor tenants were venting into the garage below.
No, we actually already, there's 4 other restaurants, they're all doing the exact same thing. They're venting it to the front of the building, and so we'll do the exact same thing. We already met with the designers and stuff, and they came up with the plan, and the landlord actually looked it over. But of course, we'll go through all the permitting process.
Exactly,
This
but
is
you've
step
already
by step.
gone through the steps of
Exactly,
covering the
yeah.
landlord and the venting one, which is
Yes.
the hardest part of any residential.
Yeah.
So your other 2 locations seem to have pretty good accolades. And
Yeah, so I got into restaurant business actually. I was doing some real estate in Dorchester, and there wasn't any Indian restaurant, and I just decided to open an Indian restaurant there. This was 15 years ago, and it became like a neighborhood staple, and it does really well. And we were approached by also Rosendale Village to open a similar restaurant, so we ended up doing that. That is also doing well. So in Kendall Square, there is no Indian restaurant, and we thought that there's a huge need for it, and also the landlords were actually seeking out an Indian restaurant, and we thought it would be the perfect fit for that neighborhood.
So,
And,
so you're looking to do a very similar cuisine and style as the other 2 restaurants?
exactly, it'll be exact same setup. We'll have about 50 seats. We try to keep it under 50, so it's easier to manage. Concentrate a little bit on the takeout and delivery also.
So you've had the Dorchester location since 1999, and then
1999.
Rosendale since 2013?
Exactly. Yep. And it'll be exact same menu. There will be no difference. We'll do like some specials once a month. Then we'll do some spice classes and stuff in the restaurant. Always sells out.
And who manages the Dorchester and Rosendale locations?
So by having the restaurant for 15 years, one thing we learned is we promote from our existing business. So the manager who actually will be managing, he's been with us for about 12 years now. So he's our chef. So we have a lot of people that have worked with us for a long time. So one of the managers that worked for us for 12 years is going to come in and manage the place also.
You serving alcohol to Boston locations?
We have beer and wine licenses.
Both of them?
Both of them, yes.
And you'll be listed as the manager of record on this one?
Yes.
So is the plan to have the kitchen area towards the front of the building off to the side, or in the rear,
In the rear of the building. There's a rear exit.
and vent everything forward?
Right, exactly. And we are using some specialty hood that has filters and stuff that cleans everything inside.
That way, everything.
It basically cleans the hair.
Scrubs.
Have you had issues with your exhaust system in those two locations at all?
No.
Fires or anything?
No, never. We have 15 years, never had any issue.
And who do we have letters of support from?
We have Barbara Broussard of the East Cambridge Neighborhood Association, Shalman Club of Cambridge, Vice Mayor Benson. And one other.
So Mr. Chowdhury, the lunch is more a buffet type style.
Yeah, so what I found in being in the business for a long time is lunchtime you can only serve so many people, so the best way to do it is really a buffet. Everybody has a lot of different options to choose from, and they can get in and out quickly. And I think in Kendall also there's a huge need for lunch, and we'll be very successful with lunch buffet.
But dinner is generally
Yeah,
cooked a lot of
dinner
set
is-
down.
Exactly. Sit down dinner.
All right, and then you're looking for 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.?
Yes. Yeah, there's the business association.
That came in earlier.
Yeah.
Have you been to 21 Proof training recently?
We just had one at Moxa maybe 6 months ago. And that was there. So.
What are you looking at, if approved, what are you looking at open?
We'll probably have about 3 months of construction time, hopefully if everything goes well, but it might be a little bit longer. But we want to get it going as soon as possible.
So you're saying sometime July, you think?
We are hoping to be open by July.
And again, no entertainment, correct?
No, we'll just have background music, just like a CD player or something.
Do we have that noted in the file?
We do not, so, but that, if you apply for it, we have that, you will have to apply for that.
Any questions?
No other questions?
Are there any members of the public that wish to be heard in this matter? Please come forward.
My name's David Downing. I'm here on
Spell your last name.
DOWNING. I'm here on behalf of the landlord and principal real estate investors. And we're here in support of Solomon's license application. We've spent the last 6+ months getting to know Solomon, visiting his restaurants, understanding his concept, and we're truly excited for him to come into Kendall. We don't have an Indian restaurant in Kendall Square, the closest thing is in Central. It's a very modest operation, but it also meets the needs of the general public in the area. So we're really excited about him to come in and enliven and activate kind of the last remaining piece of that watermark strip, which has watermark 1 and watermark 2. So this is kind of the last piece that's right in the middle that we're really excited to fill out. Scott's been vacant for over a year and a half, and we've really been searching for kind of the right tenant to fit that mix. And we've turned down a number of folks that just didn't, they were white tablecloth, or they were something that just wasn't as accessible or unique as we were looking for. So Solomon really fits that. We're really excited about it. And also as a customer, I actually just moved to Rosendale. I've been visiting Solomon's spot out there, and the food's fantastic. It's some of the best Indian food I've ever had. So we're thrilled to have him coming in, and excited to get him open as soon as possible.
Great. Questions?
No questions.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else that would like to be heard in this matter? Seeing none. I make a motion that we approve the application for Shanty Boston LLC doing business as Shanty for a wine and malt beverages license at 250 Kendall Street with the proposed hours of 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. 7 days a week with a seating capacity of 50 inside and 24 seasonal patio seats on private property. Is there a second? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Good luck.
And